Breaking. This story is a serious reminder that exploitation does not always look the way we expect it to. The founder of a company that marketed itself as a women's wellness and empowerment brand has just been sentenced to 9 years in federal prison. I'm Marcus Webb. Welcome to CarePlay Universe News. Let's get into it. Nicole Daedone, founder and former CEO of OneTaste, was sentenced to 9 years in federal prison for her role in a forced labor conspiracy. Her former head of sales, Rachel Cherwitz, received a 78-month sentence. Washington Times. Both women were convicted in June 2025 after a 5-week trial in Brooklyn federal court. Washington Times. Daedone was also ordered to forfeit $12 million, the amount she received when she sold her stake in the company. And 7 victims were awarded roughly $890,000 in restitution. Anchorage Daily News. As reported by the Wall Street Journal, Bloomberg, UPI, and the AP. This case drew national attention for what it revealed about how power and psychological coercion can operate inside institutions that claim to empower people. U.S. Attorney Joseph Nocella Jr. stated that the case exposed a decade-long scheme in which defendants use psychological, emotional, and financial coercion to control victims and extract labor and services, and emphasized that coercion disguised as wellness or empowerment is still criminal exploitation. Washington Times. During trial, prosecutors said the 2 women ran a scheme that groomed adherents, many of them survivors of sexual trauma, to do their bidding, using economic, psychological, and sexual pressure to force members into acts they found uncomfortable or repulsive. Here is something worth sitting with. Drop your answer in the comments. When an organization uses the language of healing and empowerment, how do we tell the difference between genuine support and manipulation? This case matters beyond the headlines. It raises a fundamental question about accountability and about who gets protected when systems fail vulnerable people. The OneTaste saga has sparked heated debate about the limits of unconventional practices, the meaning of consent, and the reach of federal law into the realm of psychological influence. Evrim A. There are differing legal opinions on aspects of this case, and that conversation will continue in the courts and in public. But what is not in dispute is this. Vulnerable people, many of them survivors of prior trauma, were harmed. And that is a pattern we see across many systems, when people in positions of authority exploit the trust of those who are already struggling. At CarePath Family Initiative, we exist because vulnerable people deserve genuine wraparound support, not exploitation. CarePath provides services across Greater Boston for youth and families, connecting people to real resources, real mentorship, and real pathways forward. When you support CarePath, you are helping ensure that young people and families in our community have trustworthy, accountable places to turn. Second question for the comments. What do you think institutions and communities can do better to protect vulnerable people from exploitation disguised as help? Here's what I need from you right now. Like this video. It helps more people find this content. Subscribe to CarePlay Universe News for stories that matter to families and communities. Comment. Your perspective is part of the conversation. And if you want to support CarePath Family Initiative, our nonprofit serving multilingual youth and families across Greater Boston, visit carepathinet.org. Every contribution helps us show up for those who need it most. Accountability matters, community matters, and the work of protecting vulnerable people, that work never stops. This is Marcus Webb. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we will see you in the next one.